Welcome back to the firehouse. Seen for some more tales from the firehouse, as it was. I think our previous conversation about Mrs. Karma and her husband, Mr. Warner. If you watch the last 2 episodes from the firehouse, as it was. But there's a lot of story in Firehouse about Mrs. Karma, Mrs. Paradox, the Riddler, all kind of characters that you find in Firehouse. But these are mostly characters, because you don't know if these people are truth, Maybe they could be or they could not be. So, the Firehouse now, being a more serious soldier, is more, like I said, interested in reality. What is real, what is, rather than listening to the story of Mrs. Paradox and Mrs. Karma and Mr. Warner. You don't know if these things are true. So I am in the Firehouse research more for what is real, what is correct, then you know what I mean. So we find out that of all the things that we know or understand and the stories that we hear, the only one of them that is definitely true is Mr. Death. Oh yes. So the purpose of this teaching is to teach about, rather than we going on about karma, and whether karma is going to come upon the wicked men of the planet within this time, rather than to waste our time wondering, who knows, maybe wicked men are going to live in joy in the earth, nothing won't happen, you know what I mean. But you know for sure that technically every wicked man is going to die. And the good one as well. So we know then that for certain, it's just like, say, we are living now and people are wondering, what's going to happen in 2012? Some people say this is going to happen in 2012. But I am saying to you, what does it matter what happened in 2012? At the end of the day. Because Mr. Death don't care about 2012. As far as I know, he's always been walking on the planet. You know what I mean? And he doesn't take into consideration such things as 2012 or 2013 or 1947 or 48. You know what I mean? He just removes people. That's his job. He doesn't care what you hear celebrating or, what you do in or how tall you are, where you come from. If you are a superstar or not a superstar. Mr. Death, that is not the business of death. The business of death, Mr. Death, is to remove people from here. You understand? Now, I know a lot of people are terrified of Mr. Death. Oh yeah. Because, don't forget, I know, right? Well, as far as I know, there is still a lot of people in laboratories, scientific people, searching for a way for immortality. Now, obviously these are lunatic, because you've got immortality already. So, why would you want to go searching for this immortality? But they are doing this because they are scared of Mr. Death. Yeah, it is the very fear of Mr. Death descending down on them that they should spend so much energy, waste energy in pursuit of immortality. I have even seen where some beings, some of the richer lunatics, because rich people are always very lunatical, they've deep freeze the body, and they're in their own lunatical mind. One day some of these goon scientists who are in laboratory will find a way of bringing them back from the jaws of Mr. Death, because they are so terrified of death. When, as far as death is concerned, Well, I know these things because I was reasoning with the fella. You know, we do have, that is somebody that I know very well. In fact, today I'm coming back from a funeral. Yeah, I went and that is not a joke, this is part of the reason. I went to a funeral this morning because I like going to funeral and I like looking at them, whoever the deceased is in his box there, well dead. So that is, maybe that is why we are now talking about Mr. Death. So that's one fellow that he's removed here. And at any given moment you shall be removed from out of the equation here. Because like when I was talking with, this is how I know that is the general of this dimension. Yeah, because that has removed so many men. I've heard about so many great men. Yeah. And then when I was talking to Mr. Death, I says to him, so what happened to all these great men then? Did you not respect them? That they was great men and they had great achievement upon the planet and all this matter. You know what I mean? He says, what about the great masters like Muhammad and Jesus, and why did you not let these men live? You know what I mean? But Mr. Death is a bit cold-blooded. You know what I mean? Yeah. He says, no. It doesn't go like that. I am the general and Mr. Death is emotionalist, if you know what I mean. He doesn't worry with emotion. He'll take you by, if it's you alone or whoever many they want to be with you. So that's what I'm saying now. In these times now, like in the 2012 or next year, wherever, why would we want to be worried about anything like karma and so forth and so forth? Because those things might not happen. We are supposed to consider the thing that is definitely going to happen. You might not be rich tomorrow. You might live your whole life and never be rich. So why worry about that? You know what I mean? You might not be a star. You may never be successful. So why worry about that? Why not worry about the thing that that's definitely going to go on, which is the visit of Mr. Death. When he's calling on you, I do not know. You understand? But there is rules and regulation in life, you know what I mean, that you could actually prepare yourself for the coming of Mr. Death. You know? Yeah, like, you know, so there is things that you can do before, because like I'm telling you, I don't know who put it into human beings' head. Could be anyone, but I don't know, because I'm a bush doctor and I can't figure it out. But I don't know who put it into your head that you are here to live life. You are not here to live life. You are here to learn how to die. You understand, you know, so that you can, like I say, you learn to die in the correct way. You know what I mean? You don't want death coming for you and you're not ready. You know what I mean? You literally like the train turn up and you're not on time. You see what I mean? So, because don't forget, you know, Mr. Death, it's not as if he's a prejudiced fellow. Even trees he get. Even the trees are going. And all the ants and those guys, kangaroos and giraffe and monkeys and all them things, bees and butterflies and, you know, all those Mr. Death, as if he's leaving them, sweeping. So you humans are just part of the sweeping process of Mr. Death, the great equalizer, the man who is never prejudiced. You know, he never get weepy or anything. Doesn't matter how many of you he's got to remove, you know what I mean? And he will definitely get you. So what we have to do now, like I'm saying, well, if you know it well, I wonder if human beings understand the rules of death. Well, for those of you who do not understand the rules of death, I will explain the rules of death. Oh yeah, death have rule as well, you know. And it's got its limit and boundaries as to what it can do and cannot do. As a soldier of God then, he's got his limitation. So his limitation then, death, is to remove the physical body from you at any given moment. When that is, I don't know. But that is what he's got the power to do, to remove you from that physical body. Now, you, like we say, and you should understand by now, if you are listening to a reasoning like this from this level, you are a spiritual being. So what Mr. Death is actually doing is to, like I say, he's coming for the physical body, but he cannot come for the spirit. You know, what you call your soul, call it what you want, the you know, but just take it that Mr. Death cannot touch that. Because what God create, no one can destroy it, not even Mr. Death. That's just how life is. So when we were saying now that one should learn how to die, it's not the fact that you are going to die, but you should learn to live correctly for when you reach on the other side. Because like we say, there's consequences to action. And dying is a preparation for living, true living. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't want to reach the other side with all that hypocrisy in you, would you? Wouldn't you like to change before you reach the other side? Imagine I would. If I was living my life and I firmly believe that, oh, when you die, you die. Yeah? And then somebody give me the reasoning powerfully enough to shake me from out of my slumber, so that I realize that human beings cannot die. Brethren, I will change straight away. Trust me. Now I am telling you, human beings, wherever you are on the planet, or whoever you are, color you are, I am a bush doctor from down there in deep Congo. See? And from right down there, you know, we are coming out of the firehouse, fire lion style. And I am telling you, human beings, not only for 100%, like I say, but you know me, lots of billion, trillion, and plus lots more billion, trillion % on top of that, certainty that you cannot die. See what I mean? That's how, you know, so we know this is not now a matter of believing. You know, some people believe, oh, I believe you cannot. This is not no believing that you cannot die. The fire lion know that you cannot die. The fire lion know that wherever you are on this planet, because don't forget, you know, at this level of speech, we are not now here talking about black and white people and all this idiotic stupidity. This is spiritual talk, you understand? Spiritual talk, you know what spiritual talk means? So we vaps right across the border, because we're now speaking for the all, for the one. So now we are telling you for definite, for certain, for surety, be you a good man or a bad man, that you cannot die. And that there is laws and rules and regulation within this universe. And if you break the laws, you have to pay. Wicked man, you should know that you set evil laws upon earth. You know, negative laws then. And you are punishing people by these negative laws. Well, these negative laws that you've got set up is just a reflection of the natural law. You understand? Yeah, I would call it the shadow. Your law is the shadow. You know, like when you're walking and you see your shadow on the ground. Well, your shadow is a reflection. It's not the real thing, is it? You know what I mean? So your law is a little shadow law. But the real law that I'm telling you about now, you will have to face. And like I'm telling you, because I'm from the deep Congo, Don't take me for any little normal soldier that you see come about. Yeah, I am no normal soldier. Because like I feel every video I make now I'm going to repeat it. The Fire Lion has seen the one. So the Fire Lion knows the one. And I am actually speaking. When you hear me talking, it is your conscience that is talking, the inner self. You understand? So your own self should be telling you, yes, what he's saying is correct. You know what I mean? Because I can feel whenever I went to try and steal or lie, I feel my conscience, I know what it is. Well, all the Fire Lion is saying that he knows that one. That one that is mysterious to you, or you can only feel as some people hear. You know what I mean? As some people talk about the energy within or the light within or whatever they want to call the terrible and dreadful one. You understand? I call that one the terrible and dreadful God, Rastafari. That's what I call the one. Cause I call the one that because I know the one personally. You know, like how you would know somebody. Yeah, you know, I am the one that have seen the one. That means I can teach angel or archangel. You understand what I mean? As I would put it in my way, whenever I am firing, if there is angel in heaven, they keep them wing clip to them side. You understand? Don't think my mind is worried about angel and archangel. My mind deal with the one. You know what I mean? And this one, even though like I tell you, you don't, or you might have heard about this one, or you don't believe in this one. Why would I want to sit in front of a camera? I try to repeat this again to the world. The world, whoever is in this world, any human being that live in the world, do you think I'm some kind of stupid madman, or that I'm looking some kind of a glorification in heaven or on earth by coming saying that I have seen the one when I haven't seen the one? You think the Fire Lion is some kind of a madman? But there is nothing in it big deal. Might be a big deal to you, because I tell you, human beings are so stupid and lunatical. You understand? It is natural if everyone was living like they should. Well, they would have seen and understand a lot more than they are doing when they are living wickedly and evilly. No wonder death is always on their shoulder and they're so terrified. You understand? I am trying to tell human beings that this is a natural way for all human beings, to log on to the inner self. Why would anyone no one come in arguing there about, oh, you say you are the Fire Lion, you see the one, you could not have done that. Don't worry about what I see then, Just go away. You, the whole world, Don't worry about what the Fire Lion see. Just go away and live decent like how human beings are supposed to live and love one another. My message is not about that I have seen the one then. My message is that human beings should live good with one another. And if they don't live good with one another, they'll never know themselves. And when the mighty death come for them and remove them from this dimension, they won't be so, what I would call, skin in teeth, and they won't be so running around partying and be happy, because then you'll have to pay for your dirty little deeds. So if a man is an honest brother to another brother and he know what is right and correct from the heart, would he not tell his brother that what he's doing is wrong? Well, that's all I am doing. I'm telling the world, whether you is a priest or an imam or these things, that what you are doing is wrong. And that is not the way to know God. You understand? The only way for any human being at all who come out a woman to know God is to live good and honest and truthful. You not to go about pretending. I'm telling you, when they come for you, you won't be skinning teeth like we say with your friends. You understand? You wasn't born to come here and join police force and brutalize your fellow human beings, or to join army and kill your fellow human beings and be deceiving to the fact that you are defending the law or your country. You was not born to come on this earth and join any religious organization and preach about Jesus being born of a virgin, and Muhammad is the last prophet, or whoever. Those things are blasphemy against God's law. Wicked men do those things. You was not here to worship any prophet or any saint. Wicked men worship saints and prophets. You are here to live good. Every human being has disability within them. You know what I mean? Whoever, any teacher that ever lived before, if that teacher wasn't telling human being what I'm telling them now, that the way for you to know God, is simply to stop being evil. Yeah, it's no big deal. It's not rocket science like they would say. Just stop being greedy, selfish, spiteful, hateful, lustful, wicked and vindictive. And then you will know God. It would be like clearing away the fog from your eyes. But your mind are dirty, it's filthy. You know, full of evilness. That's why you don't know and understand God. You cannot understand God scientifically. Like I say, by going under the mountain of Switzerland, looking for the God particle. Those scientists are lunatics. And if they do discover something, who you do think give them the money to go underneath? They're rich men. They will use it for evil deeds. Because they don't know themselves. You understand? The only way you're going to understand in life is to know thyself. And the only way you're going to know thyself is to live correctly. You understand? You hear the saying, they say, oh, know yourself. Yeah, know yourself, that's what they say. But how are you going to know yourself? You can only know yourself through self-discipline when you stop being greedy and hateful and spiteful. When you stop going to church and praying to Jesus, because all those things don't make no sense. It is ridiculous. And you don't want death coming and removing you with those idiotic ideas. I can't understand how human beings fast maybe if they did know that, I had conversation with that, then they wouldn't be in these stupid institutions that got their mind locked. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, like I say, your priests have been paid wages to work by other men. These people are not genuine. But anyway, that are coming up on them as well. Because this teaching is about Mr. Death. So it doesn't really matter whether you are a genuine. I tell you the truth then. Forget about Mr. Death and everything. Whether you are genuine or whether you're not genuine. In fact, don't forget about him. He's always around. Mr. Death is going to get you. Doesn't matter what you are now. Now the fire lion now is your brother. That is going to get me as well. I am your brother. But I know a way where you can escape out of the jaws of death. How you can die dignifiedly then. How you can die joyfully. If you know what I mean. How you can not only die joyfully but look forward to dying. Not only look forward to dying, but educate others so they can look forward to dying. If you understand what I mean. Because no one look forward to dying again. No one celebrate when people die. Like I say, when I die, I want a celebration. You know what I mean? Nice time, you know. No sorrowful time. So I am here now to educate you of how you can escape real death. Because real death is when you're already dead. If you know what I mean. Because when I was talking, like I tell you before, I'm sure I said it previously, because this is Mr. Death reasoning. We have to bring it back in this reasoning. So, if you are not awake, you are dead. So, a lot of people that you see running about on the planet and going on with themselves are not actually alive. You're not alive, you're dead. There's only one way to be alive, and that's when you know yourself. Which is what the Christians call being born again. But they are not born again. They are just talking about being born again. You understand? They just say, oh, but we are born again Christian. But you can only be born again when you change your egoistic behavior to a more positive behavior. Say, you are born again. You see, you're born. But if you don't achieve this birth, being born again, you are dead. You know dead people live in darkness, isn't it? So in the darkness there, you do all kind of ridiculous. You are even scared of dead now when you are already dead. No, you're scaring of death when you are already dead. But because humans are in the dark, they cannot see these things. So if you go and tell them that they are already dead, they will think that you are the lunatic and that they are the sane one. Because they will say, oh well, I'm running around, innit? And I've got my wife and kids and all this thing, and I've got my house and my car and my money and thing. But trust me, you could have the planet. If you are not living self-discipline, you are dead. I don't care who you are, you know what I mean? If you could be the queen of queens, or the kings of kings and lord of lords. But if you don't live correctly, you are dead. I don't care what you want to say about life on the earth, or what you want to have, what achievement you want to claim or you want to give unto others and say that they was great or that they achieved this and achieved that. I don't care who you want to build statue to on this planet. What I'm telling you for more than 1,000,000,000% certainty is that if they never know themselves, they was dead. And they've gone down there, you know, where dead people go in the dark regions when they reach the other side. Maybe some of them are still marching up and down on this planet. You know, they can't leave this atmosphere when they're dead. Maybe they become earth bound, you know. You love earth, don't you? And you love you can't see beyond the earth, Mr. And you want to control the earth. Wicked men always want to control the earth. Well, maybe when you're dead, right, your soul will wander this earth because you love it, innit? You see the big wide universe out there, you won't be able to traverse it, yeah? Maybe your little patch shall be this earth. You walk from one corner to the other. Maybe you still go to the stock exchange and play money business. You and the rest are ghosts them, yeah? Yeah. And for eternity, maybe that's where you'll be there doing that. I'll come and visit you. Yeah, man. Well, don't forget, you know, because we're dealing with death. Whether you are low down and high up, death is coming for you. So all them little, all these evil people, all you evil people that call yourself MI5, because all you will be watching some of this as well. You're working for a certain establishment, right? So you might even come and capture me and execute me for your establishment. But brethren, you are going to die. And you will have to answer for this. You think your government can protect you from the powers of the universe? Are you crazy? Your powers cannot help you. You see what I mean? So you stay there, right? Doing evil in secret, Mr. MI5 or MI6. And any other little evil institution within this country. Carry on your evilness, because the fire lion is trust me, as God liveth, no one you can get away with nothing. You have some other murderers, I call them bloodsuckers, vampires, CIA, and over in America, FBI, they all have them. But these are specialized killers, because they've got their military, what they can go around and kill at random. Yeah, CIA in America, powerful, you can yourself CIA. The whole American system, like I say, I love attacking in America. The whole I use vile and evil and corrupted and anyway. And the whole lot of you. And I'm not talking about the American people now, you know. The great majority of American people are dumb. Sheeples, yeah. So but they are still not involved in this vileness that I'm talking about. These are the elite at the top. And these elite are in elite with the elite of England, and the elite of England are in with the elite of China. It's an elite devil club. Those are the special devils. You are the one that is going to enjoy this earth. Yeah. When death comes for you, which you there's no way you can escape that. You know that, no? You can just be changing your blood and do as much as you can to keep yourself in that physical body. Because the longer you stay in there, right, the longer you dodge away from your torment that is to come. You know what I mean? So the longer you can stay in your body here on earth, the more pleasure you will have. Because the minute that come for you now to arrest you, that's the day of your pleasure, right? Your little power that you have on earth, you know? Whether you are sitting on a throne and you are a king or a queen, whether you're sitting in the president and the prime minister chair or foreign secretary, whatever position you want to hold on the earth, yeah? And then they puff you up by giving you medals and sing song and write stories about you, how you're great. You better enjoy such puffed up idiotic business. Because I'm telling you, you will have to pay. You know, for those idiotic and murderous business. You who are singing again, coming back to the singing, what you call pop culture, whatever you're singing. Why are you contaminating God rhythm? Yeah? Singing a lot of stupidness. Yeah? To keep other human beings in ignorance, especially when they are at a young age. Whoever you are a grown-up adult. You are supposed to be singing positive lyrics, something that is beneficial to the mind of other human beings. And if they have such people as songwriters in the music industry who are writing you trash to sing, tell them to go, you're not singing such trash. Because God never give you a voice to sing trash. God give you a voice to sing music or words, so that is uplifting to other human beings. If you cannot write these uplifting words but you can sing, go and find a man who can write uplifting, honest, truthful word and make songs that make sense, so that when you sing uplifting song to other human beings who might be feeling down, but get an uplift when they hear the honesty of your song. Instead of you running around making songs some money. That's exactly what you're doing. So you are contributing to keeping people confused. If you are an actor, check what movie you're acting in. Because they are using movies to confuse people's minds. Whatever it is you are doing on this planet, like I'm saying, forget about 2012 and whether karma is coming and all those things. Those things, people say all kind of things. But it doesn't matter. All I want you to know, whoever you are listening, whether you are 15, 95, 45, 6, or 9, 10, you will be dying. You come to this planet to die. So that is what should be your concern about your own death. You understand? I'm not saying you shouldn't cook, wash, clean and play, you know. You can do all those things in between, because that's what living is. But you should know that you don't bother want to wait until when, you know, next door neighbor die, that's when you are going to consider that. That means, you know, you have not been prepared enough, you. You know what I mean? So, in between living and your life that you're living, you're living of life should be a preparation for death. Because you know that can strike at any minute. And when it strikes, and the people who are not prepared, they go into great lamentation about how come that, as to why they take away their mother. You don't own anybody. So if that come and take away a child, you are there lamenting about it was your child and it's the one child you have and God take, and if there was a God, he wouldn't. No soul don't belongs to human being. Get that out of your idiotic mind. Why don't you learn to live like birds? When birds feed the chick and they fly, they don't go, you know what I mean, but still stay within the bird family. No, but no, you want to own and possess. And then when my friend, the mighty general, who control this dimension, what some of you Christians should have done, yeah? You know when Jesus born, like in his miraculous birth, like you keep claiming, you should have tell him not to die. Shouldn't you? If he was that mighty, maybe he could have run away from death, innit, if he think he's a better general than death. Because death is the one who control. Anyone who come out a woman must die. You don't care who you are in this universe. Especially in this time we're talking about death. We have to come back now to the glorification once more of human being. Because it never ceased to fascinate me how these people keep harping. And I was in the church today and I hear the preacher saying that God sent his son here. It's a lie. God never sent any son here. Preacher man, if you are listening to this, go and tell your hierarchy that the fire lion say it's a lie. God never sent his son here to die. You understand? And if you had any sense, like I tell you, this is a copy of the Egyptian. Your Christianity is what they copy from Egypt. Over 3,000 years before in Egypt, we have the virgin birth of Isis or whatever them have done there. It's a whole story. So why do you get it? Why do you still persist, right, in going into church and tell people who don't know the real story that God sent his son here when you copied it from Egypt? Moses never went up no mountain and get no 10 commandments. You went down to Egypt and copied it from the Mahat, where they have 42 commandments. And in those commandments, it's not saying, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt. It says, I have not killed, I have not stolen. All you've done is stolen it and put it in there. And you have these gullible priests, tell you, preaching these garbage to people. Why don't you come out, Mr. Christian man, if you know, and run now that you have computer and do your research, yeah? And find out that exactly what I'm telling you. That is how it goes. Jesus' virgin birth ain't the first. Loads of people in history they claim that was born of a virgin birth. So why are you still in church then insisting that Jesus was born of a virgin birth and God sent him here? It's stupid, it's lie. And I bet if I was speaking this in certain place, a lot of you would kill me, innit? But all you would kill me, only the wicked would want to kill a man for telling them the truth, innit? That's how you know when people are evil, they're quick to kill when faced with the truth. Jesus is not God. And the whole story in the Bible is ridiculous. It's copied from from down in Egypt. Just like my African friend is showing me, which is true. The whole of this Judaism business, yeah? Abraham come from a tribe of people that used to kill the firstborn. When he went down to Egypt, that's where down there they circumcise him and give him a black woman, him have a child, eh? And him left and gone out there now. He's the one now that go and set up Judaism. From Judaism come Christianity, and then after come Islam. You are all copying from down there in Egypt. Moses went up into the hill like they say, and God gave him the 10 commandments. God never gave Moses any 10 commandments in no hill. Moses was brought up in Egypt, and he knew about the Mahat, the 42 commandments, and they copied that out of there, 10, and twist it round. Most of these stories that you're talking and preaching in church, you know it's a load of garbage, but you get paid for doing it. And because you are preaching to the ignorant, an ignorant congregation that refuse to research, which these things, especially in modern time, can be found out easily. And because they refuse to research these things, you know what I mean? You can still be preaching this garbage to people. So if Abraham, for instance, went to Egypt and get circumcised down there, that means he's a convert to Judaism. And all these people round here in the West, you are a convert to Christianity. It's not your thing. Judaism is not your thing. You have copied this thing. You don't understand what you copy. You don't understand the original. And yet here it is now. You are the one who is preaching and teaching, you know what I mean? And you're telling us about Adam and Eve and all this thing and Abraham and all these things. You know what? When you ask them, if you should ever say to them, where is the grave of Moses? Oh, don't know. Where's the grave of Joseph? No, Abraham, no, don't know. And yet you can go to Egypt and see there, and see the grave or the pyramid of the pharaoh that has been there for over 5,000 years. In some cases you can even see the bodies. What is more realistic? That or this idiotic business that the copy of who goes to these places and copy these things and bring it back to teach us? Some idiotic business. I am telling you that before Christianity is about 2,000 years old. The story of the virgin birth preceded in Egypt by about, and that is only written records here by about 3,500 years. You understand what I mean?